G'day there, my name's David Allen. I'm here to talk to you today about planning objectives for future building development in Australia. Now, a lot of designs that seem to get copied from the past were all done originally in pencil and scale rules and stuff, where the edits to improve all of the, let's say their issues from the past, they don't tend to get edited out in the future. So we've still got some builders which are still building the type of designs that were designed 30 years ago in pencil. So it's possible now to eliminate a lot of the problems which are in, say, 20, 30-year-old homes today. You can be building new homes that don't have those problems in it. And one of the crazy things about the past is originally there used to be just, say, single garage homes. There was a lot of those. Then they went to double garage homes, whereas now even double garage homes, you're still getting people filling their garage to the brim with stuff, and they've still got 4 or 5 cars parked down the street. So you obviously can see that the future, we need more off-street parking and more garagings, like 4 garages or something, because otherwise you get, in some suburbs, you can look down the street and the whole street is just full of parked cars. And then the robbers just think, well, that's great, so they just go all the way down the street and break into every car and see what they can get. But also you've got all the cars outside which are all at risk of getting hail damage. And then another thing that you can design out of new homes in the future is the susceptibility to hail damage. Like Sydney 20 years ago, they lost about 30,000 roofs to hail damage. And it's happened to other parts of Australia as well, not to the same scale, but that's the most notable one. But another thing that you can design out of future properties is like a lot of the maintenance factors. Like people have like steep driveways, which is crazy. You look at how they were designed 30 years ago, but when you look back, you say, well, what budget did they have to build with then? And you say, well, even though the house is worth 6 times as much now, you say, well, obviously if you're trying to build something now, you wouldn't try and do that, but builders still do it. They still see homes with a driveway like that going into the drive, or a drive like this, and that they could have avoided it, but obviously they're just following on from what they were doing or what people were doing 30 years ago. It's not really part of the future. It's certainly not what I want to be involved in. But another part of thing with building which you can eliminate a problem is just the maintenance of it, like sideways and timber fences that get rotted out and silly little retaining walls that just don't last. You can design all that stuff out of future dwellings. Another thing which a lot of what gets passed, which I don't know how they get it passed, is just all these little shoebox size units with tiny little balconies. And often they can be like a 3-story walk up, which just to go up one level you got to go up there, and then to go up the next you got to go there, and if you have to go again you got to go again, and that's just to get to your unit. And the developers are getting that approved, so why wouldn't they build it if it's cost effective for them? But if you're going to live in an environment like that, if you've got common stairwells and stuff like that, you might not know whether some of the people walking up and down the stairwells, whether they even live there. How do you even know whether they're someone who's renting one of the other ones? You wouldn't even know. So, and not only that, you can get people flying in from all over the world, running their hands up the handrails, and then you come home and you touch the handrail as well, and you can get just the same sickness whatever they got. And it's the same with high rises, where you got your car parked down into the lower part, and you've got to walk into the common area and then press all the buttons on the lift. And who knows who could have pressed the buttons on the lifts 5 minutes ago, or who was in there sneezing like 1 minute ago before you walked in. So I mean, it's for a health reason for the future. You're better off to have private entry, private for you to get into your property without having to go through a common area, or common area where you can cross paths with people that may or may not even live in your multi-housing development that you're living in. And another thing with parking is it's much better to be able to park on the same level that you're living at. So if you've got to make 6 trips to your car to get your stuff out, you just go straight in from your garage to your house or to your unit or whatever you want to call it. You want to be able to park on the same level that you're living on. And obviously, if you can also design stairs out of the equation, out of the building, that's even better. But that's just a couple of the things that we should be trying to design in the future, like planning objectives. The planning objective is if you don't have to put in a lift and you don't have to put in stairs, you can put all that cost of doing that into a better structure.